I'm gonna have like nobody watching. I'll just be talking into my screen.
Just do it in Korea, and you're getting this like massive following in Korea.
There's too many good Korean streamers for that.
Yeah, but how many of them run a shooting range? That's like very unique.
Yeah, maybe I'll just do something like on the range. I don't know, fixing target stands or something. I don't know. Can y'all see my screen?
Mm-hmm.
Can you see this PDF here?
No, we're looking at Discord.
Okay,
Discord.
let me switch. Switch screens.
If you click on the stop streaming button, I think it should give you the option to share another screen.
There it is. Okay.
Oh, nice.
So this should look familiar to y'all, right? You guys see these stage briefs?
Mm-hmm.
So the reason why we all ultimately decided to use Practisim is for consistency. Because we initially were doing things manually and we had so many mistakes where we had incorrectly counted targets, or the stage brief was written kind of weird and it didn't make sense. And that's because everybody was kind of putting their own verbiage and language into the stage briefs, leading to a lot of confusion. And so we all ultimately decided to use Practisim because it standardizes everything. And you don't have to sit there manually putting in details around how many targets, how many no shoots, how many X, Y, and Z. And it just looks really clean compared to, for instance, T had posted a couple images, I think so there's a stage called Ramrod that she posted that we'll use an example to build out a stage this evening, and then another stage. And you can see between the two images, like they differ a bit. So this is just the end result, and you guys are all familiar with this. Just makes it a lot easier to bring it all together and to avoid last minute changes on the stage briefs on the day of. Let me switch over to anything you want to add to that, Jackie?
No, I mean that all sounds good to me. Yeah,
if there's anything I'm missing, like by all means jump in and help me out. I've had a long day, so I might need your support here.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, on the stage brief side, there's nothing else I can think of that you didn't cover.
Cool. In that case, let me switch over to Practisim. Have y'all downloaded Practisim and started playing with it a little bit? I think, Phil, you did.
Yeah. Yep.
You created a whole ass stage, man.
I've got a couple saved already.
Awesome, dude. I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it. You did post a pretty cool stage.
I felt like it was simple enough to kind of like run decently quick, but also I could change it up pretty good for Sunday.
Yeah, absolutely. No, that's awesome. Keep posting those things. And then, of course, any extras we can keep aside in repository for future matches.
Cool.
Or for practice days, right? Or a stage of the week.
Right.
All right. So the first thing that I do when I'm creating a stage is I'll go to the bay. So depending on the bay that you're building a stage for, obviously some of my bays differ in size. So just using T's stage for bay 1 as an example, and I've got a printout here. She's going to put that on stage 1. You can create a preset for a bay, and I would encourage you to do it on your own computer. Unfortunately, these stages don't move between logins. In other words, if you have another computer that you work on, which I commonly do, it doesn't save these bay size presets. So just a heads up on that.
Sam posted the stage 1 and then 2 through 5 as well.
Oh, you did?
Using yeah.
I have those presets too. Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, I might have missed that. But if you're wondering what size these various bays are, bay 1 usable space is about 40 yards, and it goes by meters, about 40 yards deep and 20 yards wide. So I'll just use bay 1 as an example, and we'll build T stage. So make sure you set the size first. That way things are to scale. Somebody was going to say something?
I had a quick question about some of the stages on that Facebook group. The USPSA and IPSC stage group. If you remember that one, Pete?
Yeah.
Are we allowed to grab stages from there or like
Absolutely.
take inspiration from there, or are they like this is what we're doing, y'all, just to give y'all a heads up?
No, it
you
is
can't use
all there available for you to use. That's why people are posting that.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
none
actually
of
can't get
it's
in that group.
none of it's like exclusive to any club or anything.
Okay.
I've tried to
That's
join that
good to
group
know.
like 10 times and they keep on like not letting me in.
Oh,
I
really?
think grandmasters typically get automatically filtered out.
Perhaps. Or maybe you got something on your profile that's a little sketchy, Jackie.
They think I'm a Fed boy.
Yeah, so first make sure you find or size the bay to the appropriate bay. And you're always going to have a reference for all the different commands or keys right here on the right hand side. So it does make it easy to reference, and you'll be able to use the various commands there. Also, you have different modes. So if you want to create a fault line or measure, so for instance, what I'll do at times is just looking at the stage that T provided. I'm not sure how far the farthest fault line is. Is anybody referencing that stage that T submitted?
Mm-mm.
No? Okay. Well, it doesn't have to be precise, but let's just say the furthest fault line to the back of the stage is, we'll just say 40 yards. I can kind of measure that out by using the measuring mode. So you have a variety of modes there. Edit will take you back to the mode where you can add materials, and I'll touch on that here in a little bit. But I always like to include measurements for the stage builders, because if you don't have any measurements, a lot of times they don't know where to put, for instance, I'll put a fault line on the back, like the furthest fault line. Like they just won't know where to place the furthest fault line. So it's helpful to put some measurements, also for stage building purposes, to give yourself and the stage builders a frame of reference. So that'll be under mode. You got measurements, and then we've got fault lines. So I'm going to start building a fault line just based on the stage that T provided, and this will be approximate. We can always change this up. Okay, so I'm putting
So 40
fault
yards
lines.
means it's all the way to the end of the bay?
Correct. Yeah, I'm just using this as an example. Like, it's
Okay.
not perfect, and I'll show you how we can move stuff around. Okay, like this is primarily for just tonight's purposes. I'll have to refine this later. Okay, so for instance, I've got the fault lines laid out for the stage. You're going to spend the vast majority of your time in the edit mode. And in the edit mode is where, what is that little key called? The little squiggly line next to the number 1?
The tilde?
Tilde?
Tilde? I never knew
Mhm.
what that was called.
It's called the squiggly line.
Squiggly line. The squiggly line button, or the tilde, when you hit that button, it will pull up all of the different materials. You've got it categorized by different organizations. So obviously we're using PCSL. And you'll see a bunch of different PCSL type targets. Obviously the most commonly used one is this brown target for pistol matches. Now keep in mind, guys, because we run rifle matches as well, for PCSL rifle matches, make sure you're using the white side.
All right.
The reason why that's important is because when you save the file and go to print the stage brief, it will specify whether it's a rifle target or a pistol target.
Right.
So in the case of 2-gun matches, like, we do need to be able to differentiate that. So for now, we'll select the pistol, just a regular pistol target. You've got different heights. You've got swingers using the PCSL targets, and then hardcover that you can overlay on top of the regular targets. You've also got different stage markers, like starting positions. Right? Starting or shooting boxes. Cones, if you need that, like that stage where Jeff had the cone that you toss. Various steel targets. So everything is categorized really cleanly. You got support
They even have a
structures.
rooftop.
What's that?
I said they even have a rooftop in there.
I believe they do. Tank traps,
Yeah.
things like that for the rifle bay.
You always type to search if you can't find where it is. Just
You gotta search up here. So it is going to take a little time for y'all to get familiarized where all these different props are. Now, what you could also do is some of the most commonly used stuff you can drag down into your favorites. As you can see, I use this PCSL target very often, along with barrels, netted walls. That way, when you go to building the stage and adding these props on the bay, you've already got it kind of favorited right here, down at the bottom. So one option is to hit the tilde and go search for the inventory, or ideally put it in your favorites down here at the bottom, and you have a few pages that you can fill up and scroll through. I think that's a pretty cool feature.
I believe hitting enter also opens the same menu.
Enter does? I just hit enter. Didn't do anything for me.
Huh.
Alright, so if the distance is wrong with the fault lines, you can always select multiple props or fault lines and move everything as a group. Oops. Control Z also works. Select everything, move everything down if the distance is incorrect. And the movement controls are very much like a first-person shooter. So if you've ever played Counter-Strike or any first-person shooter, W is to move forward, and here's the movement keys. S is to move backwards. To fly higher is the space bar. Fly up, and then fly down if you want to move around on the stage. So we'll start setting some netted walls here. So I pulled it off the favorites, and to turn this netted wall, again, if you just reference all the keys on the right, the Q button, and I'm also holding shift, is going to rotate your prop. So you can adjust it incrementally by clicking E or Q. You hold shift and hit E or Q, it moves everything much faster. So it doesn't take all night to adjust the angle.
If you hold control and do it, it'll do it at 45-degree angles.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I found that really helpful.
Yeah, super helpful.
Even better. I learned something new. So we will put a, can't really tell based on the stage on the printout here, but Control U.
If you want to duplicate them, just middle mouse button, click it after when you hover it.
Okay, middle mouse. Boom.
Yeah.
That's a good shout.
Thank you very much. There's so many little shortcuts, like you could spend all night messing with this stuff.
I can't do this on a MacBook. I need a PC.
Oh, really?
Does it not run on
Yeah.
Mac?
No, it does. It's just like the hotkeys and stuff are a little bit different.
Yeah.
Uh,
Are the walls that we have set up, the long ones, is that wall medium brown or is that wall long brown?
That's a good question. I think the ones that I just selected now are medium, but let me verify.
I believe these are 8-foot walls that we're looking at.
The medium ones are 8-foot walls?
That double sided one.
Let's see.
Because there's a long one that's medium, and then there's another one that's long.
Well, the way they
too.
tell us each grid is a yard, I believe.
Oh, okay. So
Right?
He has it in
Yeah,
meters. So.
Meters, okay.
Yeah, close enough.
so that's 1, 2, 3. I don't. Well, 1, 2, 3. That's 5.5 meters. How much? What is that in freedom units?
6 and something, I think.
Yeah, so there
Meter.
isn't like our netted walls are 8 feet long, and 6 feet long, and 4 feet long. So there isn't really an exact size. So I generally use the medium wall.
The
'Cause
medium wall. Okay.
Yeah, because the long was just way too long, and we don't have anything that
Yeah.
long.
Right.
So yeah, use the medium for the most part, unless you need like a short wall, which that
Okay.
is, I believe the short one is pretty close to, yeah, it's about 4 feet, almost exact actually, for the short ones.
Okay.
Okay. So any questions on turning the props? Good
Not
point
for
on
me.
hitting the control. Turn it. So yeah, working off of the favorites is just far more efficient. And then of course, once you learn all the special keys, like hitting the center mouse button, you can quickly duplicate them. So what a lot of guys will do is just keep copying. Like if you know there's going to be 12 targets, just copy a bunch of them. And then just start placing them wherever they need to go on the stage, approximately. Something like that. Barrels. Quickly add. Okay. And then I think on this stage it called for a couple no shoots. So the no shoots for PCSL, keep in mind, are the red targets.
Okay.
And you can put them up like on the barrels here, similar to the stage that T had submitted. Just get it to stick. Something like that. So you can put no shoots on barrels. You can also put no shoots on the targets themselves in this manner, however you see fit, depending on whatever skill or degree of difficulty you want to add and incorporate into a target.
We have the mini targets too that you can slap in the middle of the no shoots like I did for the last match.
Yeah, where is that, by the way?
It's in the PCSL.
Are our fault lines 4 meters? Or 3
Second row.
meters?
So our longest fault lines are 8 feet. We measured those by feet.
So about 3 meters, I think. Because 1 foot
Roughly,
is
a little under.
Yeah.
okay. So 3 meters.
So obviously you can't really see the full distance. So what you could do is you can switch over to mode after you lay out the fault lines and then put a measurement down. This really helps the stage builders, because you can imagine like if they didn't have any frame of reference, they're just sitting there going, well, I think it's like 8 of the 8-foot fault lines, and then you go to QC your stage, you're like, what the hell happened to the stage?
Yeah.
So trying to give these reference points is always appreciated and helpful. If you guys don't put it in, that's where I personally sit down on the week of, and we'll start putting that stuff in. I'll put this sort of detail in there so that when Sean and myself and all the stage builders come, we can sit down and take a look at where the approximate distances are for everything. So keep that in mind when you're building stages. If you don't mind spending just a few more minutes adding some detail that would be helpful for a stage builder, it goes a super long way.
Okay.
Pete, did you want to see where the mini targets were? Did you find them?
Yeah, so
Okay.
now would we ever use that in a pistol match?
Up to the stage designer.
Get the heck out of here. Okay, I gotta talk loud. PCSL, where are we at?
The second row, those are the mini targets.
I see.
It's a handgun one and a rifle one, so up to the stage
Gotcha.
designers if they want to use those.
So I can collect that and let's say put it right here in the center.
Just put it right in the middle.
Put it right in the barrel. Let's see here. Swingers. We do have a couple swingers, so don't be afraid to pull these in. So let's say we've got a swinger here. And we want to put in a piece of steel. Let's see. Do you know how to set this as an activator, Jackie?
Activator.
So like tying this piece of steel into.
I haven't messed with that one yet.
And by the way, when you highlight a prop, you're going to have a variety of different options. So for instance, you have Command U. You can change the angle of the swinger from 90 to, say, 0 degrees, for instance. Or 180 degrees. Or 45 degrees.
I don't want.
So that way you can set the swinger to point in the right direction. You can also change your paper choice by hitting whatever this bracket button is. And it
Oh, you go to, I'm watching, what's his name's tutorial. You go to mode and then activation to link them together.
Oh, okay, cool. Mode, activation. How do we do? Oh, there it is. Genius.
Yeah. Okay.
There it is. So that's how you can set up a swinger and modify it. Just make sure when you switch to one mode or the other that you go back to the edit mode if you want to go back to be able to set props and move those things around.
Something that's useful in edit mode also, you can select a specific prop in the props and design list on the left, and then you can fine tune the placement via that method. So if you just click on like one of the PCSL on stands, like number 13 or something.
Okay, 13.
Yeah, then you can actually, using those, the prop transform window above, fine tune that if you want to edit.
So I've never used this before.
Just press plus or minus on rotation.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, this is another method people can use.
Okay, rotation, got it. Or you can highlight it and let's see here. And then you can see in the bottom left-hand screen right here, you've also got hotkeys that you can use to tilt. Right, do you guys see this on the screen right here in the corner?
Yeah.
Yep.
Perfect. It's like you're going to bring it up higher or lower. So those are, for the most part, the main functions that you're going to be using to build a stage. It's pretty, I wouldn't say it's intuitive at first, but once you get the hang of it, it is very efficient. And you can start building stages pretty fast. Let me just use another example.
Yeah, I think it definitely takes some practice for sure.
It will. It will. Hardcover. Oops. You want to put a tuxedo. So you can always overlay no shoots and, of course, the different hardcover options.
Do we have low boy targets like your number 9?
We do.
Nice.
You got angled ones, or you've also got just the low boys in general, like right here. Some short ones.
Okay.
You got angled and then the non-angled ones. Again, you have all these different commands when you highlight something to where you can, pick color for text or change the text, so on and so forth. Jackie, anything I might want to add in terms of building stuff and putting props down on the ground that we might encounter?
For building, no, I think you've pretty much touched on everything for placing the actual props and building stuff.
All right, let's talk about
You
some
gonna cover
of these.
dry fire mode or simulation mode?
I actually don't mess with that a whole lot, but
Oh, okay. Something I
Probably.
find useful is if you go to simulation, it's one of the modes. You can kind of see like F10. You can see what it looks like from the ground perspective, right? Because sometimes things look different.
Oh yeah, I've done this a couple times. It's pretty
Yeah.
fun.
Like when I did my rifle stage, I did it. You can go prone with C prone with V and crouch with C, so you can check like, hey, what can you see from different angles and stuff. So I try to use this to check my stages beforehand. Just like, how would I shoot this? Can I see everything the way I want people to see them? Such like that.
I see. And all your commands are up here on the top right. I can't really select it now, but so it's just like Counter-Strike. Oh, love Counter-Strike. All right, if I want to get out of here,
Minecraft.
Just switch modes. Hit escape, or hotkey them whatever mode you want to go to. So like F2 for edit mode.
See, my F2 is my volume. Let's see.
Have we ever run into a situation where like we plan a bunch of stages and then on the day of we realize there's not enough materials?
Early on, yeah, because I mean a lot of it required experimentation, but for the most part now we've got a lot of stuff.
Okay.
Now this is where getting all the stages in sooner will allow me to kind of review everything, and I will have all the inventory updated, by the way, just so it's available and everyone can view it. Not so common nowadays, but across 2 stages, we're using all 8 of our available poppers. And so, that might just be a matter of replacing a popper with a paper target.
Okay.
And chances are you're not going to want to have 2 swingers on, 3 or 4 stages anyway, just for match flow. But to answer your question, we have in the past. It's not really not common anymore because we built up enough inventory over time. Yeah, good question. All right, so let's say this is your stage. You've done your QC on the ground. You're happy with it. As a next step from here, again, I would just ask that if you can, just spend a few minutes to put some measurements in there to make it easy for the stage builders. It's very appreciated. You can also toggle from yardage, or if you go to tools, to feet. Yard to feet to meters. Now what's weird is on the bay measurement, you can only do it by, I think, meters, if I'm not mistaken.
I think there's a way to change it.
Is there?
Yeah, you can right there, grid
like
lines.
these dimensions here?
Oh, okay, never mind. Yeah, I thought it was grid lines that you change, but I'm wrong.
Yeah, the bay dimensions are, I didn't see an option for yards unless I'm missing something. That's okay, it's approximate. So always make sure that you save your stage as you go, by the way.
Oh, that's a good shot.
I've learned that the Control S doesn't actually save every time.
No, it doesn't. You have to go to tools and then go to save.
Yeah.
So you'll save it. It'll save as an STG file. Let's say Bay 1, March 14th. Make sure you save along the way, because if your computer crashes or whatever, you won't be able to recover it. And let's say you're happy with the stage here. We'll go to, as a next step, you'll go to, let's make sure we do the cameras. Well, I'll do the stage brief first, and we'll come back to cameras. So when we go to stage brief, check it out. Put your stage name in there, A1. Go for it, put your name in there. And here's what's cool about the software. When you hit auto determine, assuming you've used the correct types of targets, it will specify however many pistol targets and however many rifle targets and however many pieces of steel and no shoots you have on the stage. You'll auto determine, it pulls everything. Here's where you'll modify the start position.
Does that do it all the time reliably? Because I think I remember in a bunch of Jackie stages, the numbers weren't adding up.
That's right,
On the
because
rifle
Jackie used pistol targets for a rifle match.
Oh,
And so it kind of threw things off, and I had to go in there with the pen.
Yeah, it doesn't do it reliably every time, though, I have seen.
okay, yeah, that's what I was wondering. Just wanted
Yeah.
to make sure.
So always double check it and then just edit it if you can. Sometimes it won't let you edit it, like you'll change it and then in the printout it'll still show the wrong thing, and then that's when you have to just do it with the pen.
It's always worth double checking everything, but
Yeah.
it should, pull in an approximately correct round count points, but always worth double checking everything. If you want to specify specific start position, feet on X, upside down handstand, that's where you'll type that in there. And then again, here up at the top right, the big stage briefing, when you hit generate, it should pull in all the data and information from here over to a more comprehensive stage brief.
Nice. So the stage stats, that you can manually input things if it's not correct, right?
Yep, precisely. And you can come in here, for instance, let's say there's actually 12 targets, you can delete and include 12 instead of 10. 2 steel instead of 1. Format, we'll say 1 gun. So assuming this is all correct, then we'll go to show written stage brief template. Come down here, and you'll notice it gives you a mock-up of what the actual printout is gonna look like. I personally always include the print layout option for my stage builders. You can see in the bottom left corner. It gives you like a bird's eye view of where all the material is, measurements. It makes it super nice and easy for stage builders. So I always pull that in, the print layout option. It's just tacked on as an additional page. Now what you'll see is like this main view is cut off. And that's because we have to set the camera controls. So up at the top right hand, you're gonna see a button that says camera controls, or the different cameras. And I'll show you how to include the correct snapshot so it feeds in the correct information here and on additional reference pages. So I'm going to go back. Exit stage brief section. The way that you're going to capture photos or snapshots of a stage is by hitting the backspace button. So let me go back to the edit mode. You'll see here it says create camera. That's how you're going to take snapshots of various sections of the stage to ensure that the stage builders know kind of how to build certain segments of the stage. It's primarily for stage builders. right? Because as a competitor, all you really care about is the high level kind of bird's eye view. So I'm gonna hit backspace and name this photo as photo 1, for instance. And let's say I need to capture a certain angle on a stage so that you know as a competitor that you should not be able to see these targets off to the right, for instance. And I'll just hit backspace and say photo 2. And then maybe there's another very important consideration on the right side of the stage, and I'll do, just for example, photo 3. So now when I go back to tools, go back to the stage briefing, and when I go back to showing the full written stage brief, I can come here. So the last photo that I took was of the right side of the stage, and you can see under cameras, the default view, selected photo 3 for whatever reason, but for that primary view, I probably want to select photo number 1. That gives a complete overview of the stage. So that's why it's important to capture a snapshot or photo of various portions of the stage. And then we'll also want to include, what's missing here? It's kind of hard to tell right now because there's the white screen, but there's a little check mark here that says add more views or show more views. And then when you click that little white piece of paper, you can add in additional reference photos for the stage builders. A little hard to see because it's sized down, but that's photo 2, photo 3. That way I can capture all the important angles on a stage. Does that make sense? Why we would have different snapshots of the stage? It's primarily for the stage builders so that they can build it to exact specifications.
If you guys want to edit the camera or like replace it and you're like, oh, I want to move it somewhere else, you can just hit backspace and name it the same camera you want to edit. And it will just update that position. And it will update it here within the stage brief as well. So if you already set everything, you're like, oh, I got to change this view. And you have a camera called like left, just hit backspace, put in your camera name left. It will ask you if you want to override, and then it will. And then all this in here should auto update with that new camera.
Yeah, let me go through that. So let me exit out again, and let's say I want to call this photo 1, and photo 1 was incorrect. I hit backspace, photo 1, and it'll ask you if you want to override the old camera position. And if I hit yes, and go back to the stage brief, it'll give you that updated view as a default option here.
Thanks.
I try to name all my cameras stuff I can remember. Like main, left, right.
So what are some helpful like distance measurements? Like what are some ones y'all always take? Is it one all the way from the like farthest target all the way to the start, and then hopper to like what are some notable good landmarks?
So I always show the farthest target to the rear fault line just so they know, stage builders know how far to place.
Okay.
And that gives them a sense of scale.
How do I change this again from meters to yards?
You'll go to tools.
Tools.
Settings.
Okay.
And then you can change the rule.
I don't have the settings. Is that stage central? Oh, file settings. File settings.
No, I think file settings also works. Yeah, file settings also works.
Okay, and then yards, right? Okay.
Yeah, if you switch it to feet, it will convert everything, which is pretty cool too.
Okay, and what's more feasible to use, yards or?
I think yards for your purposes, and then leave it to me when I'm doing the final QC and giving this stuff handing this stuff over to the stage builders to convert it.
Okay. Got it.
Yeah, but generally I think we all kind of operate on yardage. So
Yeah.
For your purposes, keep it at yards. For my purposes, for stage builders, like I may convert it for their benefit. That's the reason why this thing is so beautiful. Is I can pull up your .scg file, quickly convert things,
Mm-hmm.
translate things differently, so that for my stage builders, there's no confusion. It's very explicit and clear cut. Like when
Gotcha.
I look at the stages that he submitted, like there's not much detail there. It doesn't tell you what distance. I mean, you kind of have to know, which bay these stages are built on, the approximate distances, which you never want to leave it up to the stage builder's interpretation, because they'll just start dropping
Mhm.
stuff all over the place. You'll be like, what the hell? Like none of this
Sure,
makes
yeah.
sense.
So speaking of T stages, one second. So this is what I was working on this whole time you guys were doing this. Let me drop this in real quick.
You weren't actually paying attention? Well,
I was
Peter
paying
was
attention,
doing
but I also made
That's
T's
crazy,
first.
dude.
I
Holy
made
moly.
T's first stage, so
Heck yeah.
That's crazy.
One second.
Peter
Isn't that
can hear that. He
awesome?
wasn't listening the entire time.
I was listening. I don't want to hear it. All right. Sorry, my computer's shitting a brick. Okay, dropping this into the PCSL stages.
Do you want to share your screen?
Oh, I just dropped it in. It's in the PCSL stage designs.
That looks good. Good job, Phil.
Do you want me to
That's what
pull?
I've been messing with.
Do you want me to
Yeah,
pull
you
that
can
up?
pull it up. Yeah, that's fine.
I can pull it up.
So this is you have it in feet, it looks like, right?
Yeah, I did it in feet right before Peter said change it to yard. So, and then like you were saying, I don't know which ones you wanted to, which poppers you wanted to replace. So I just
Yeah.
replaced both of them for right now, just to make it easy. We can always
Yeah.
change it back later.
No, yeah, we'll just replace all the poppers on this stage. Just stage one
Okay.
usually we get hung up on, so it's easier, faster to
Okay.
reset it this way.
Cool.
Okay, I've got one too.
Is it the equivalent of doing homework in the middle of the class?
Maybe.
Oh wait, yours is a PDF. I should. Oh, actually, is it better if I just post a stage so that maybe
Phil, did you say
we
you
can
put
see
up
differently?
the file on the Rooftop PC?
I'm doing that right now.
Oh, okay. Hurry up, dude.
Sorry,
Yeah,
dude.
dude, what's going on, dude?
Oh, man.
Look, I dropped the other one. I don't want
I'm,
to.
I'm sitting here staring at a freaking blank ass.
I did the PDF. I didn't.
Yeah,
do the other
god damn
one.
it, Phil. Fuck.
I need the STG file, Phil.
Hey, sorry for helping. It's not my fault.
I need the STG file.
There you go. Yeah, it's in the PCSL stage designs group.
Save stage. Why did I say?
Under PCSL stages.
Yeah.
Can you see my screen now?
It's
Yeah, I
on
guess we'll do it.
phone.
It's on Practisim still.
Okay, sorry. Let me see if I can find Phil stage.
I love this stage. I shot this one at this was from 2021 or 22, area 4. And it was like all grass on their bays. So it's just cutting all these walls and corners and everything was like my favorite.
Was this the one in Oklahoma?
Yeah.
Okay.
And they had wide bays. So I actually don't know if this one would be good for bay 1. It seems a lot more narrow than I imagined it to be. But I mean, I think it's fine, but I want to make sure that we maximize the bay size.
Phil, where within the folder did you?
I just let me DM it to you.
It's not in the folder. It's in
In
the
the Discord, yeah.
PCSL
Oh, it's in
Discord
the
channel.
Yeah,
Discord.
it's just in the Discord channel. Yeah.
Got it. I was looking at the wrong place. My bad. There it is. Car ramrod. There it is. Pull that up. Dang it! I pulled up the PDF first. Hold on. So, what do you think about the software so far?
I enjoy
like
it.
it.
It's not bad at all.
Yeah, there's a kind of a flat learning curve to it on the front end, but once you figure it out, it's actually awesome.
I think especially once you get the hang of like how to use things, and then you have your pre-configured like toolbox, if you will. I don't know what else you call it. Presets of different stage stuff.
100%.
It
And
just
look,
makes it so easy to pop things up and it goes quick.
yeah, and also for your practice purposes, right? Like you can get super creative and build entire stages. Y'all have access to everything. Like take advantage of it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, car ramrod. Let me load that.
Oh, do we have any of those props where the target's on the ground angled at 45 degrees?
Yeah, sure do.
Okay,
We have a bunch of them.
Should incorporate. I forget. Oh yeah, because I remember the first BCSL match I ever shot was there was 3 of them. I remember. Yeah, that was a long time. I don't remember seeing them since.
I see what you're doing, Phil. Busy man. Okay.
I was trying to get it done so we can get these things set up quickly and not wait till the last minute.
I appreciate
Wow.
that, man. You're the man.
Yep.
So yeah, beautiful. This is why it's freaking awesome to have it all here, and we can all pass around the file and make any necessary modifications. So let me come back to, let's see if you did the hammers correctly, Phil.
Yeah, go ahead and look at that because I tried.
Let's see what you got here. It's loading. Okay. Oh, look at that. My man. And the logo. Man. My man. Sorry I gave you a hard time. Now the print layout. Boom.
Yeah, hopefully that'll help out with.
Oh,
So instead of having to make one from the ground up, we can kind of tweak this one and be good.
Yeah, and I noticed that you have the cover at the back of the bay as well on the layout.
Yeah,
This
I've got
might-
the 2 safety tables and the VTAC. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry,
awesome.
I was gonna say this might fit. Would this fit on the smaller bays? You think? Because I feel like the 33 yards is what, or 33 feet is 11 yards only, right?
So the 11 yards is going across. Is that what you're referring to? The distance?
Yeah,
here?
I'm at about 51 feet from end of
China.
left side to end of right side.
So let's measure it here. So if we want to go from the backstop to the back of the fault line, you're at about 30 yards. I think we can use this. What do you think, Jackie?
How wide are the bays 2 through 4?
Those are closer to about 15 yards.
So you might have to do this on bay 1 then, just based on where the targets are to the left and right of the fault line.
Yeah, I'm getting about 17 yards ish from left to right.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry for my unsolicited input, but I mean, I think that's fine. I mean, it's going to be up against the berm, but
Yeah. So here's one thing to keep in mind, especially on bay 1 and 2, like off behind the berm in this corner are neighbors that don't appreciate ricochets. So, depending on the angle in which this target is shot, it's possible that shooters might shoot the shots low and skip the rounds off of the gravel, and they tumble over the backstop. So
Actually, if your furthest target is that one with the 14 yards, I would just move everything back
Push
closer.
it back.
just push it all back, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So
You
we can do that by selecting
Correct.
everything. Select it all, and boom. Isn't that nice? And that way, most of the rounds end up in the backstop.
I know Sam mentioned it, but yeah, I always try to build from the back berm out. That way we're as close to the back berm as we can
Yeah.
be.
We can
Right.
get away with a lot more on bays 3 and 4 and
Yeah.
5 because there's no houses off in that corner. It's just bay 1 and sometimes 2, depending on where those target stands are set up. I'll get calls from neighbors saying they're getting ricochets. So, but leave that to me. I don't expect you to know that right off the bat, but when we do these QCs and reviews, I'll just give you a heads up and remind you that there's a house right over here that we just need to watch out for. So as a final step, assuming we're happy with the stage, we'll go back to stage brief. Stage brief template. It's loading. Extra additional views are always. And as a next step, what you're going to do is export it to PDF and save the file in PDF form so it can be printed out. I'm not going to mess with this right now, or you know what, I will. Save it. Make sure you save after you modify and adjust the stage brief, by the way. So if you made any changes to the cameras, stage brief, it doesn't automatically save. Make sure after you make any adjustments that you go ahead and save the file. Make sure you save, which I'm not going to save this file. Before I pull up the PDF and show the sample of the stage, Jeff, Jackie, anything might be missing? Because that would really be the last step, and that'll be it for today.
Reset that yard line 27.3. I don't think it's 27.3 anymore.
Right. So I can go over here. Quickly adjust that. Nice. Phil already changed the color of the fault lines to orange. Just hit K. Looks good, man.
Cool. Thank you.
What about start position? Do we have one? Does it start anywhere?
Yeah.
Great question. What does it say? Yeah, it looks like for this one, standing anywhere in the shooting area. So we can still have a couple pieces of steel as long as it's up alongside the backstop over here. Phil,
Yeah,
do you
probably
want
that one. We can put a popper, 1 or 2 poppers in that one that you're pointing at. Yeah.
Yeah. Up to you guys. I mean, that's where we can all talk about this stuff. We have enough poppers, but
I think
y'all's
that
call.
if you do, I would remove a target or two, just so that this stage doesn't have like a bajillion points. And so if you mess the stage up, you might just be done for the match.
Well, not just that, but also for stage flow, like having this many targets might be a little much. So, a couple things to think about there. At any rate,
Is there a way to change the color of the T1, T2, T1, like the the target
The text.
annotations?
See, I've never tried changing the color.
Control M. Never mind, I found it. Control M.
I'll pick color for text.
I don't have any text on
H
this one.
E2.
Let's see. Calculate target numbers.
H
Eh.
2.
So, yeah, just something to think about. I think 16 paper targets might be a little much, and this is a stage that would probably get a little backed up if we left it as is.
Yeah.
Who did that?
Just copy what it was. Don't look at me, dude.
Yeah, no, it's not. It's no fault to
Mhm.
your own, Phil. This is where we need to have a conversation, and we need to have if we have ample time, we can review this together, and then come
Yeah.
to these conclusions. So we might want to. I'd say whoever's going to make the final call on this can ultimately decide which targets to pull out, based on how they want this, based on whatever skill sets they want to work on this stage. So that's where everybody will kind of give that feedback, and then ultimately the stage designer or contributor can decide how to modify it. So is it cool if I exit this now and switch over to the PDF? Any final questions?
I'm good, I think.
Yeah, I'm good.
Awesome. I'll exit. Switch over to the PDF. Let's see what that looks like. There it is. So 16 paper targets, 32 rounds, 160 points. There's that main view.
You're not
You
sharing
stop
anything.
share your screen.
Oh, I'm sorry. Switch. Is it showing now?
No.
No.
What the heck is going on? Showing now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. So here's the final result. Thank you very much. 16 handgun paper, total of 32 rounds. Just obviously this is incorrect. Stage name, start position, procedure, all standardized, unless you make a modification to it. Is your main camera view, and then more complete stage brief. Thank you for adding that logo there, Phil.
Sure thing.
Hey guys, I gotta take off and go to dinner. So I'll catch you guys later.
That's a
See you
late
later,
dinner,
my
man.
friend.
I
Take care.
appreciate it. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, no problem.
Bye.
Hope you guys enjoy.
Here's the layout page. That's very helpful for the stage builders. And then this is also super helpful.
Yeah, those definitely got moved up whenever we moved the whole stage
Yeah,
up. So
yeah, 100%. So yeah, we'd have to update camera right, 1, 2, left, middle, 1, so on and so forth. So this is the end result. That's pretty much it.
Very cool.
Well, I appreciate y'all's contributions and offering to help with this. This is immensely helpful. And
yeah,
I think
anytime.
it's awesome if everybody contributed like one stage. And, you know, there are times where an entire match can kind of look very similar if you have one designer doing everything. I think
Mm-hmm.
it's awesome when everybody contributes a little bit, and you'll have, you know, different stages that look a little different, working different skills. You know, some guys like hoser stages, some guys like more technical stages. It's always nice to have a combination or a variety.
For sure.
Jeff, are you on right now?
Hi.
So, I know with USPSA, there's certain you can't have like for production shooters, you can't have more than X number of shots per array. Does that apply to PCSL? Do you know?
I haven't heard. Yeah, it's so for USPSA, it's from the same position more than eight
Or something 8.
eight shots.
Yeah.
So
So it's
a bunch of
something.
stages out there are out of spec, but there's times where it's like that same target is available from a different position,
Mhm.
in which case then